Hello, Fact Finders. Thursday, October 9th, 2025, about 10 o'clock in the morning here in Shenzhen. Imagine a world where China grows custom babies to harvest their organs for CCP elites. Sounds like dystopian fanfic, right? That's what Lay's Real Talk is selling in her recent video.
It's custom-made babies.
But I'm here to expose the truth about infant organ transplants and the propaganda machine pushing these lies. This video is going to need a 4-point seatbelt, so click, click, buckle up. This one's dark, but eye-opening. First off, a big thanks to Wayne Mack, Shengguan Jiawen, Jason Smith, someone, and our anonymous heroes for supporting the channel. Your help is keeping my batteries boosted. Scan here for WeChat or here for Buy Me a Coffee to join them, or check the description where you'll find a link and a link to today's channel shout-out, Barrett. Many of you are probably already familiar with Barrett. Lee goes everywhere, sees everything, and has a penchant for tech stuff. Definitely worth checking out. Link down below in the description. Okay, I hope you fastened your safety belt because we're about to get started. I've really grappled with how to approach this topic because it's so dark. I'll let Lay from Lay's Real Talk open it up.
And now they even offer to manufacture your own child and then kill him or her for the organs. So this isn't medicine. It's something darker than that. And only in CCP China could such a system exist.
Wow, I was sitting in a coffee shop the other day and stumbled onto this video. At first, I was just friggin' floored that YouTube would allow such content. Lay's Real Talk claims China's harvesting organs from days-old babies, even preterm ones, via C-section. For CCP bigwigs, right? She cites a Falun Gong report and a 2023 study painting a sci-fi horror show. Multiple organs, custom babies, elite transplants. It's a blockbuster script. But is it true? Spoiler alert, not even close.
Forced preterm births. So to speed up supply, many babies are delivered early by C-section. Doctors don't care if the babies survive, only if organs are intact.
Was I surprised to find out that nearly everything Lay was saying allegedly came from a report written by Falun Gong? Obviously, I wasn't surprised.
Back in 2006, Falun Gong practitioners exposed it for the first time, but it's taken the world 20 years to formally recognize it. And just last week, a group called the World Organization to Investigate the Persecution of Falun Gong. The name is long. I don't know how to say their acronym. VoIP? But anyways, this organization released a new report. It revealed that Chinese military hospitals have been secretly carrying out infant organ transplant experiments for over a decade. Yes, babies killed for their organs to be transplanted into adults.
Well, there you go. It's from a Falun Gong report. So it must be true, right? I'm sure that report's been peer-reviewed.
And the report is very well documented. It has it's a very extensive, well supported report.
Okay, sounds a little fishy, Lay, but continue. What did they find, Lay?
In China, it's happening not once, not twice, at least 22 times at a single hospital. And that's just the official numbers.
That's one of my pet peeves with all the anti-China propaganda. Whether they like it or not, the official numbers is all they got. Everything else is a guess or probably exaggeration on their part. Does China report all numbers accurately? Does any government?
This is darker than anything I've ever covered. Very disturbing.
I agree, that's very disturbing. But the topic is no darker than a previous video by Lay, claiming that restaurants in China were using human cadaver meat. Not just a dark topic, but a disgusting suggestion drummed up by terrible people.
The latest scandal is that some state-owned enterprises are involved in the commercialization of human remains. Body fat from dead people is refined and sold to restaurants. And now they even offer to manufacture your own child and then kill him or her.
Anyway, I decided to give it the time of day and research it for myself. You know how I am, right? I couldn't imagine a single organ, I was thinking about it, I couldn't imagine any organ that could be taken from an infant and transplanted into an adult. Lay's video was all over the place, claiming custom babies could be made, women are caged and constantly made pregnant, missing children are used, all completely unsupported, of course. It might have been slightly more believable if she stuck to one method. I mean, if you can buy a custom-made baby, who would take the chance with, one of the missing children? None of this makes sense, which is typical for Lay's channel. Her mainstay is Xi Jinping being taken out of office for one reason or another. I really can't figure out why she's obsessed with that. If he were taken out or if he were to leave office for some reason, she and others like her would just switch to hating the new guy or girl, right? Wouldn't they? What's my opinion on Lay? I feel she can't possibly have any involvement in creating these crazy stories. If she did, it would come across in the presentation of her videos. I mean, I think it would. I believe she's just reading what's been put in front of her. That provides her with psychological plausible deniability. Wow, I got all that out. Allows her to say these things without questioning what she's saying. She's part of a well-oiled machine with deep pockets. While this is a very dark topic, Lay did say one thing in her video that I thought was very funny. I'll play it and see if you can figure out what part I thought was funny.
The moment he's born or she's born, he or she is rushed not into the parent's arms, but into an operating room. Yeah, it's very sad. Organs cut out so the powerful man can live longer. That's not medicine. That's killing your own child for his or her organ. Even animals don't do this.
Wait, what? Wait a minute, now I remember something else she said that was funny. She must have had a hard time keeping a straight face for this one.
Many Chinese hospitals are not doing well because the hospitals are for profit. They unlike hospitals in the West that are non-profit, but the hospitals in China are for profit.
You'd think she would lose credibility with a statement like that. Nope. Her followers don't question anything she says.
It's a secret transplant factory.
So what's the reality? Just like most things these anti-China people say, if you're like me, you might be amazed that there's actually even a grain of truth here. You can color me shocked to find out that there's a thing called en bloc kidney transplants. En bloc is French for as a whole. Somehow going all the way back to 1970 at the University of Minnesota, doctors managed to take 2 kidneys of a newborn with catastrophic irreversible brain death and implant them into an adult. In every country with an ethical transplant system, including China, this process is managed with profound gravity. The donation only proceeds with informed parental consent and under the strictest legal and ethical oversight. The number of en bloc kidney transplants performed per year in the US has been relatively stable, but it is increasing slightly as the technique gains more acceptance. In recent years, it's been typically between 80 and 120 procedures annually. For other countries, the numbers are much lower, often in the single digits or low double digits per year, simply due to the smaller size of their transplant programs and the specific nature of the donor source. While there were a couple of slightly humorous parts of Lay's video, the most disgusting part is that she's making light of grieving parents who make a brave choice. Can you imagine making that choice? Surgeons who work to save a life, and the recipient who gets a second chance at life. If any followers of Lay are watching this, you've been told you're one of few people who knows the truth. But ask yourself a simple question. If this was really the dark secret that Lay claims it is, why is the information about it so easy to find in medical journals from every Western country? Why is the first search result for en bloc kidney transplant the official US government organ donor network.
Um,
A real conspiracy isn't documented in public medical literature for over 50 years.
they
This Falun Gong-fueled propaganda isn't truth-seeking, it's fear-mongering, and it's disgusting. If you spot more claims like this, drop them below. Like, subscribe, and report Lay's video if it crosses the line. It did for me. Let's honor the real heroes, not the fiction. Peace!